It is Tuesday, October 4th, and welcome back to my fourth video of my Call of Cthulhu playthrough. We are about to start Chapter 3, which is where we finished up yesterday. So let's go ahead and read this here. Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation, as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Alright, let's consult her diary to see if there's anything new that I did not read yesterday. Okay, character bio. Officer Bradley, 37, police officer. This hick cop likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth in the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. Places. Hawkins Mansion, Gardens. The Hawkins Mansion is perched at the top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family, and only the old caretaker, Silas Winchester, still roams this bleak spot. He protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves of his old masters. It's a gloomy place. Alright, looks like that's all the new information we've got, so we're going to follow him for a bit. And I'm bored. I'm going to look a different way. Not sure how much investigating on my own I should do. Is this something I could pick? No. I saw shiny, but it's just rocks. I thought it might be something I could pick up. Here. Alright, we'll follow him. Could go up that way, but I don't know. Let's go with the cop. Man, he really didn't bother to wait on me, did he? Oh, let's see.
1693. This house is much older than it seems, but the architecture seems too recent.
So I'm not actually... Oh, there he is. Okay. So we'll go this way. Not sure why we don't head up that way, but we'll follow him. Okay.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
What was that?
The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Good point.
The caretaker.
Oops, wrong button that time. That was not me being an idiot. Well, I mean, it was, but not intentionally an idiot.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
That'd be me.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid.
Okay, so back this way. Okay, so it wouldn't have let us come up that way. I'm still conflicted.
This entrance is still in use. Whoa! Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know how we do it, rebel like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here.
Just told
And no
you.
baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Okay, so apparently the front door was locked, and I didn't know it because I decided to snoop around first. So, just out of curiosity, I'm going to go look at the door. But what I was starting to say before the cutscene interrupted me is,
I'll have to find another entrance.
I don't know yet whether I want to do a ton of investigating to get the full story, or just go through the main story, which will be quicker.
Stop bothering me.
Never actually bothered you, you're just a dick.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester the Moron. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. Fire! Fire!
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
I consult our diary. I guess we have some new stuff we can do. One character point's not gonna get us anything. And for inventory, we've got the key to the tradesman's entrance. I've got hold of the key that opens the door to the tradesman's entrance of the Hawkins mansion. I hope that it was worth the risk.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
That they ate. Oh, looks like we've got another reconstruction moment, so let's check it out.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
So I'm guessing that they've been eating some mystical creature. Perhaps it drove one of them insane?
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
See anything else, but it hasn't prompted me to leave this reconstruction either. Now, let's see if we can leave anyway. No, okay. So that didn't work, so it says to find the fires. What am I missing? Yummy. So I can't go into another room. Nothing here to triggers. I don't see anything else to do. If I crouch, can I find something? Oh, there's something on the floor? Will that actually trigger something though? It will.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Why would the little brat do that? Oh, the painting. How did I not see this earlier? Can't interact with it, though. Nothing on the roof. Okay, I guess I had to activate the little boy before this.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Why on earth would people sit so far apart? But it looks like that's everything for the reconstruction. Did I not hold it long enough?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Alright, let's check our journal for a quick rundown of what all we just learned. Still only one character point, so nothing there. For clues for Chapter 3, The Last Supper. Since the fire in the Hawkins mansion, the dining room has remained intact. The settings allow the places occupied by the family members to be determined. Visibly, etiquette was respected, even in private. Charles Hawkins sat at the head of the table, with his wife and son on either side. The knocked-over chair could be due to something that happened after the fire, or it could confirm the theory of a domestic argument. Clearly, the roast was untouched in certain plates. The meat, mysteriously preserved, since that seems to be the subject of the dispute between the Hawkins couple. Alright, and exit the diary. I don't really care about... Well, I guess I should have the letter back out.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Curious that
Sarah Hawkins and
the
little
father's
Simon.
not in it.
The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of exotic ruins. It's common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for? Anything on the back? No. Okay.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
Just walk on it. Is this the dining room? Yeah, okay.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? They had a fight. Why?
Maybe because they were eating creepy meat?
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did someone escape the fire?
Okay, so you can't leave this room while in the reconstruction.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I suspect a crime of passion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Alright, let's...
I just asked that
Oh, no, I was going to check
you
my
don't
journal.
disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Nothing. History of medicine in the, that would be 18th century. This collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. I really wish it would let me rotate this much faster. Alright, let's look at our journals since we're not interrupting any dialogue right now. We've got 3 character points, which is almost enough for my elegance, but I actually think I want to focus on spot hidden and psychology more than that. So for our clues, we've got lots of new stuff to read off. Photograph of Charles Hawkins. Alright, read that. Broken clock. The glass of this heavy clock is broken, and the hands show 10 o'clock. It could give the time of the fire, or have nothing to do with it. Awesome deduction. Smashed oil lamp. According to the police report, this lamp is the cause of the accidental fire that destroyed the mansion. However, bloodstains on the debris tell a very different story. The scene of the fire. Contradicting the police report, the Hawkins drawing room tells a totally different version of the fire that claimed the whole family, beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of a survivor. The bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor, to that matter, in the drawing room, contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes for the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals the presence of blood on several of them. On the wall, the very clear mark left by the painting found in the Hawkins warehouse confirms that the Hawkins case could be much more than a domestic accident. Inventory. Nothing new, so why was it highlighted? Oh, knowledge. Okay. History of medicine. Already read that. Okay.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
Okay, I'm not sure where the officer went, but we're going to continue downstairs for right now.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Wow, did it take you forever to say so little. Alright, Moby Dick, a copy of the novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville. A classic, especially for a family of ship owners.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
There it is. What was back there?
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
The Human Body, a Comparative Analysis. A precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects. Did you hear that?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting.
Not really. That's me.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
A rare edition of Jules Verne's novel. Can I climb the ladder? Oh, no. It's broken.
A book on hunting whales,
Right.
the island's staple diet last century. Darkwater history.
Okay, heard that too.
This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Letter of complaint. Dear Sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Willard.
Locked. The boys' room. child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbiturates. They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something.
This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
I don't think I have enough to upgrade to something that'll help. Yeah, I only got 3. The boys' room. In the little boys' room, an abandoned book on the bed and toys scattered on the ground talk about the everyday life of a normal family. But the disturbing drawings and the sleeping pills raise suspicions that even Simon Hawkins may have been suffering from mental illness. Was the boy able to see things like her mother pretended to be?
This door is locked.
I assume that's Daddy's room? Or maybe that's
Locked.
I don't know. As soon as I find or as soon as I reach a save point, we're going to call it a day.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Trying to figure out how to get to a save point. I'm gonna go. I don't know if it'll let me, but I'm gonna see if I can go back outside just to reach a save point, so that I can wrap this video up for today. So I don't remember exactly the direction to go, and I don't know if it'll even let me back out. I don't know if this is the right way or not. There you go. believe it was. So it looks like I'm going to have to figure something out. I wonder if there was a key or something to that room I couldn't lock it. The cop mentioned searching through their personal belongings, so I'm assuming there's still something up here that I need. I don't think it's going to be in the kids' room. Just look back in that drawer again. What does that green mean? Does that mean there's a clue nearby? Oh, there's something. Key. Okay. The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed. Ah, interesting.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I have a key. Isn't this...
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Let's... Oh, is her office one of the rooms in the hallway? Okay. There we go.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Why'd you put the lighter away? I don't want to be in the dark. There.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Alright, I don't want to read through all that.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My dear, or very dearest Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. No, that's kids' room. Was the only other locked door this one?
This door is locked.
Wonder if I need to go back and talk to the cop now. I feel like if that's what the main thing I needed to find, he would have come up to me. Here he is.
Did you hear that?
Oh!
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
What else is there to do?
Not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Let's check her office again in case I missed something. Oh, there's something.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Charles Hawkins scribbled a kind word to his wife. Aww. Don't know why he flicked his lighter down over there. I don't see anything else to do in this room. Ew. Before I go back and try to talk to the police officer again to see if that gets us going, I'm going to look back in here again, as well as the kids' room. Just in case I miss something, because I am getting annoyed having to run back and forth. Honestly surprised I can't open that. Okay, I don't see anything in her room. The kids' room. Huh. Just don't see anything else to do. Need to try to pay attention to the bottom left corner to see if there's any clues that I'm missing. I don't often notice when that pops up, but that might give me a hint if something is nearby. Why does he keep burning himself? Now let's go back this way. Alright, no hidden objects that I can detect. I don't think there's anything down here I can detect. Anything here? Nope, that one's broken too.
Greek mythology.
Okay, I already read that.
Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Can't even try to open that door.
There's something disturbing about this painting.
There's something disturbing about not reaching any checkpoints so I can finish this for the day. Did I run past the stairs? Ah, there they are.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal
I've looked
effects.
everywhere.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Idea I just had. It never gave me a prompt to do it, but I wonder if I can enter a reconstruction scene up in Sarah's either room or office. It made me do it in the kids' room, but it never did in there. I wonder if it'll let me. Alright, so it didn't allow me to. I pushed and held both mouse buttons both times, and it just didn't enter one. Will it in here? Oh! Finally!
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ceremonial Circle. If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the Elder Sign among the glyphs that make up the Ceremonial Circle. Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability. Extract from the Malleus Bestiarium by Abigail G. Finally, it just said game saved, so we are going to call it a day, and we will pick this up tomorrow. I'm Ravi O'Leaf. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to Ravi O'Leaf.